Has life changed for you now that you're? I mean, it seems like you've been on a very linear 45-degree rise. Like, I don't perceive your life as changing in quantum shifts, but you are now a regular character on this Mike Judge show.
Yeah.
I'm curious, have you perceived any shifts happening in your reality?
No, I mean, I get recognized, like, more. But you know the kind of recognized where they're like, hey, how's it going? Where they think I went to, like, college with them or something. There's a lot of that. Where people are like, hey, how are you? I'm like, good, I've never seen your face before. So they don't put it together a lot of times.
How are your mom and dad taking this?
Well, they're taking it by not bringing it up at all. So it aired, and I was like, hey, watch the show. 2 weeks went by, and they did not bring it up. And then I said, hey, did you watch my new show? And she said, yeah. And then it was silent for longer than it was silent with that waiter in Atlanta. She didn't say anything, and then she was like, it's good. And that was it. Great. Well, this is all I want from them. I don't want them to love it. First of all, I do want them to love it. If your son is on a show, even if you don't love it, fucking love it, you know? Love the fucking show that your son is on. But even if you don't love it, just tell me you love it. That's all I want.
What do you think? Because that's a through line in your life. You've told several of these kinds of stories where they're terse about your career. What do you think is blocking them from just being effusive or being upfront about what they don't like about it?
I don't know. My brother was in town, and he sees them every other week. He lives, like, by them. And we were, like, hanging out, and I hadn't really hung out with my brother as an adult very much. And I was like, hey, so, like, how's your relationship with with our parents?
With your parents?
But the fact... that says something. Are they parents to you? No, and he was like, it's fucking weird. And then we just bonded over how weird. He talked about how, like, there's like this wall where we don't talk about. There's like a big filter.
Is that just because that's their identity, or could you expand that and say that's a Pakistani kind of cultural thing, or no?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many Pakistani parents have kids who,
are on HBO shows.
Is it a religious thing? Are your parents like devout Muslim, for instance?
They are devout Muslims, but I think this is more like, usually when you have parents, your relationship evolves. So in the beginning, they're just your caretakers and they're your disciplinarians, and as you grow, it becomes more of sort of a friendly relationship. You never become peers, but there's like a warmth to it that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, we have a warmth, but we never crossed like the line into actually being able to talk about stuff.
It reminds me of like Dan, like you and Schraub, and like my Midwestern friends.
Yeah.
It's a very Midwestern U.S.
It's funny how familiar that
sounds.
That's
right.
Like I truly there's a weird filter there where I felt like my parents were like lizard people. There was a certain. It was like. I remember being a kid and laying my head on my mom's lap, and it was, and then I remember the day when my mom tried to touch me, and I was like, God. And religion did have something to do with it,
sure.
But it was also, moreover, it was almost like there was an unspoken tradition about the nature of kids and their parents. I hit an age where actually on both sides there was an unspoken agreement that
like this is over.
Yeah. We're not cuddly anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to be.
It's not you. It's not me.
It's all based on logic. And when I see that Star Trek episode when Spock says like, well, it's every 7 years. Here's something I buried the lead on before I joined Starfleet. Every 7 years, I have to go back to my planet and I gotta fuck or fight.
Yeah. I should have brought it up earlier, but the writers ran out of storylines this year.
Honestly, Captain Kirk, I got your back and everything else, but can you give me a ride to 3rd and Lancashire? and Captain Kirk's like, okay, that's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Absolutely nothing. And he just like goes back to his planet and has to deal with all the shit. There's a compartmentalization.
Yeah,
of,
certainly there is. And I think part of it for me was, I left when I was 17 and I wasn't like a person yet. And then I became a person away from them. And when they met me, I was like a person. And I think they never were able to reconcile the person with their son. So I think that divide is still there, where they never really see me develop into like an actual, human
Is that
being.
because they didn't feel they were a part of that change, of that shift?
I think it probably weirds them out that I'm not the same. I'm very different from when I was a kid. I was very, very shy. Like I wouldn't talk. Like I wouldn't go to. Okay, this is kind of revealing. It's weird. I had this weird thing until I was like pretty. I was very shy. I couldn't like buy stuff at the store. I thought they wouldn't like sell me stuff.
Here in the States or back home?
Back home. I was like, because I thought that I was very ugly always until like I was pretty like, old. So I thought like, the stores won't sell me stuff. So because I'm ugly, which
what did you want? A handsome hat? What did you? No.
I feel ugly again.
No, come on.
Sell me the chips. I just felt weird. I don't know. And so I was like very, very shy and introverted. And then they suddenly met me, and I was like, more outgoing and like talkative and stuff. And so I think that was weird for me.
Where did that extreme shyness come from? Like, can you trace that back to that?
Well, it came from how I thought I looked. That's how it came, which was weird. Yeah.
Did you ever ask your mom if you were handsome?
No. Which is so weird.
I did.
How old were you?
Tell me how old.
Yeah,
I want to
We're gonna really get into
I
this.
want to know.
I asked my mom if I was good looking.
I want to know what room of the house you were in.
Yeah, set the scene.
Yeah.
Interior.
I was in my
Go
living
ahead.
room.
And I want you to word it exactly as you worded it.
I was in
Yeah.
my living room, and
Was it morning?
I think I was 14 or 15. Wow. And I
Old enough to know
I
better.
asked my mom.
That's funny that one detail can make a story go from funny to sad.
Hello, Mommy.
Yeah,
Am I handsome?
What, you guys thought I was 23? You thought I was some kind of loser?
Yeah.
I get it.
No, we thought you were fucking 8, dude.
I know.
I'm getting my
That was my
learner's
joke.
I'm getting my learner's permit to drive a car soon. But tell me, am I handsome, Mommy?
I asked my mom if I was handsome.
Wait, did you?
Would you, if you had to go back and sort of pinpoint when your relationship with your mom got weird?
Dan,
Did you ask her to rate you from 0 to 10?
wait. So she in my mind, she's. In my mind, she's like in the kitchen, like putting a sandwich in a bag.
Yeah.
She's having a normal day.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going to happen.
She didn't buy a ticket to this ride.
And
all I did was get pregnant at 22.
a 5'10" gentleman walks into the kitchen.
Yeah, a Ralph Macchio felt hat, yin yang on the sleeve of his frosted denim jacket. Mom, am I good looking?
What happened? Is that what you
What'd she say?
She laughed. Which anyone would.
Well, as the audience did just now.
Right. I mean, like, yeah. I mean, like, that's the thing. I'm like realizing I'm the weird one. And like, that's a tough fucking a steeple to chase.
What did her face do, and then what did her mouth say?
She immediately made it clear that was one of the worst questions you could ever ask a mother, and it was like, I don't know, you're fine. Like, she just tried to get through it.
You know how they say everyone, like, in mother's eyes? Even through the mother's eyes. She's like, you're fine. What had happened that day, Dan, that led you to that question? Like, something must have happened.
No, I assume it was some girl in high school that was, I don't know, that was...
Were you gonna, like, go...
inexplicably not responding to my obsessive-compulsive notes that I was giving her? Sir, I said circle one.
Yeah.
Well, why haven't you circled one?
Was the plan to go back to her?
Maybe it's the shape of my face. Hey, Mom!
Was the plan to go back to her armed with your mom's response as a rebuttal? I asked my mother, and it seems you are mistaken.
I believe you,
lady.
I believe you were present. I believe
Guess what, Tracy? Someone just told me I look like David Duchovny.
I have a list of references I think you might want to look over.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't... believe me, this will shock you. At the age of 15, when I asked my mom if I was good looking, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea where it was going to go from there.
And she said, you're fine.
Yeah. But I didn't walk away from that conversation feeling handsome. And that's not on her. That's not a mom's job.
No, like you said, she just got pregnant at 22. She didn't sign up for you.
All right, buddy.
I imagine
listen,
if
I was just
try not to smoke pot. Take it easy on the skateboards.
I just had sex that one time, and now you're in my kitchen being weird.
Yeah, this is not fair to me. I need a government subsidy if I'm gonna be engaging this activity. Yeah, you're real hot, stud.
Take your shirt off.
Here's your hot pockets. Get the fuck to school. Get out of my house. Jesus Christ, you're 15? You're jerking off, shooting cum everywhere. I think no one should be talking to you about anything. Just get the fuck out of here. Thank God for video games. Get the fuck out of my house, you weird, scrawny Gary Busey looking fucking maniac.
I imagine you going back to playing video games and asking Mega Man the same question. Am I good looking?
Yes. Leisure Suit Larry.